Welcome to Crash Command Games. Thanks so much for checking it out again. We're back with another Unpacking the Week. My armory failed to fire this week. Kind of annoying. A lot of people must have had... Well, there's a ProQuest pretty close. ProQuest season's coming up. People are traveling to other ProQuests. I get it. Everybody was spreading out and conquering like I had said we do. So I can't be too mad. Went over, played a few games with Viscerai just to see what all the hype was about. I didn't run the exact list that won that Battle Hardened in Milwaukee this last weekend, but one that wasn't too far from it. I'm missing the Succumb to Temptations, and it feels like those are a huge part of the deck. So anybody out there looking to play that Viscerai deck, make sure to get those before they dry up. It just feels like that's what it's missing. I was hurting for Go Again a little bit, but realistically, all of my turns felt totally fine. I don't know how much you need the Crown of Dominion. It's fine and everything, but I like Crown of Providence a little bit more. So, let's pop us back into frame here, start opening up some of this bright lights and talk about the week. We just had the ProQuest season start, and I'm not exactly positive as to where we need to be heading. Okay. I'm going to get this mic a little bit closer, so because I'm opening packs, it'll pick that up more if I don't do this. So, I have seen the results everyone else has, right? We've all seen how incredibly powerful Enigma is in this current meta. Why is that? Why is Enigma able to do it? Yeah, obviously Manifestations of Mirgai is an incredible card. Her ability to develop a board presence with all of the ward plays a huge factor, right? She can just kind of power through hands, block what she needs to, keep a board, return something for basically a free attack, and generate lots of value. Enter Viscerai. Why was that so effective? Very simply, lots of small pinging damage from multiple sources is going to be the name of the game, right? Lots of small Go Again. I do remember very vividly that ninjas and things that can hit multiple times, very, very small pings, tear up the ward game. Oh my god, I can't open up boosters. So that's something to think about running into this weekend. There's a reason New hasn't been showing up too often in a lot of those big picture meta shots. She just doesn't go super wide, and that's super unfortunate because that's the hero that I'm building. I wish that weren't the case, but that's how I play the game, and I'm going to keep it like that. So, who else can really do it? Obviously, Viscerai is going to be huge for this application. I think Vincent is also being a little underestimated right now. I don't like the red line Vincent as much. Maybe slow her down a bit. Pack either the Dread Scythe or the Reaping Blade to keep Verdances in check. But those two heroes are definitely going to... The Rune Blades are going to be making a comeback. Now, are they the permanent answer? No. Not in my opinion. How hard is it for Enigma to run Warmonger's Diplomacy? How hard is it for her to run any kind of disruption like that? It's in their game plan anyway. Get a couple Go Again attacks, and the turn with that arsenal card. It's rough, because by the time that you are able to mount any kind of offense as a Rune Blade after being hit by one or two of those, it's too late. If you're reading that, it's too late. I do really have a lot of faith in the Rangers. I do think Riptide and Azalea will tear up Enigmas. I do believe Pablo Pintor's... I'm going to watch that matchup again. I don't know if I'm remembering it correctly. I do believe that the Azalea... Was it the Azalea? Yeah, really what it came down to. I was remembering correctly. Over that Calling Leon. Pablo Pintor ran through the last bracket with... what was it? An Aurora, I believe. Aurora's kind of a step in the right direction, but I do believe Viscerai and his rune chant generation capabilities are going to be what pushes him through all of the Enigma ward. Vincent being able to prevent some of that, and then being able to equip Van Braces and prevent even more of the prevention and just like really tear up the ward is going to be another huge thing. But then obviously Warmonger's answers Rune Blades pretty heavily. Granted, it is a card. You have to add it to your deck. It takes a slot. You might not have the ideal turn to implement it. There are factors that make Warmonger's not the perfect answer, but it's a very strong answer against all of these decks, right? But Azalea and Riptide have very unique positioning, and I do believe in them quite a bit. I think the Rangers can really do it. I think I saw the Prism matchup in Leon as well. Enigma to Prism is typically not super favored for the Prism. And now that Tome of Divinity is gone, it's even... Jesus, I cannot open up these Bright Lights packs. And now that, Tome of Divinity is gone, it's even harder. If you land the library, it's a lot more likely you win. But it's more like 40-60 in my personal testing. That's what my data shows. That's what's available on the Patreon. That's what I've got. The world may have different data. I'm not entirely sure what the world thinks about this. But as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I can see, the Prism matchup is unfavored. Enigma should win that matchup. Obviously, Pablo Pintor, Connor McGrath for the finals, I believe it was, Azalea. Pretty close game. I think Pablo must have played very, very tight, kept really good board control. I think ended with a couple spectral shields. Nothing huge, but got through a few huge cards. And Azalea just couldn't find any of the damage prevention, any of the big pumps to push through those last spectral shields, unfortunately. And that is where I think Riptide might start to shine. Him and his ability to just push through all of that, right? And by push through, I mean present 0 for 4 attacks with prevention effects. Obviously, the traps will take out anything on ping. And that's going to be very common. Obviously, they can try to do some tricks, but then obviously you can layer further tricks. It's just, I do think Riptide is in quite the position right now, along with the Rune Blades. I have the opinion going into this season. If you are going to any of your pro quests, I can't make as many as I did last time. Last time I was able to hit 4 for 4 within my local, a quad state area. And I won 2 of them. I really wanted to go make the tour again. My deck didn't come together in time. I don't have enough practice. I don't have enough data. I don't think I'd be a good enough of a competitor this time. For New Alluring Desire is the deck that I'm building. She's going to join the honor roll back there. But yeah, her stuff just didn't come in. It was weird because I ordered it like 3 weeks ago. This is obviously not a judgment on all sellers, but right now, I've had multiple sellers contact me saying, hey, I just wasn't up to it. Another one said, I forgot about your order. That's why it hasn't gone out yet. And I'm just like, dude, it's been 2 weeks. So people are taking advantage of TCG players' ability to let you take, I think, God damn, it's like 15, 16 days to get it out. But to get it out, not even for it to arrive, but to get it out. But as far as I recall, I think I just saw a big stink about this in a bunch of TCG player groups for sellers. They're going to revert that back to the 10-day. Now, this will annoy a lot of people, and a lot of people were citing the hurricane had just happened, Helene. And that's true. That is not a good situation for anyone involved or anyone in the area. I really hope anybody, if anybody sees this and is from there, I hope you're safe, dude. That shit sucks. God, I want to... I just can't talk about things that I've seen because I know some people will just get super pissed off because I really don't like that some people are preventing people from getting the resources they need. Okay? They're protecting property. Moving along, we're going to get past that shit. We're going to get past that. We're just going to move on. Now... I might even have to cut that shit. Back to what I was talking about. Decks that I think are primed. If you're playing any of those heroes from Arcane Rising, if you're playing Dash Extraordinaire, even IO at this point, Kano, I think, is extraordinarily well positioned. Kano doesn't give a fuck how much life you gain. He's going to be shooting through for like 80 damage on a good turn, right? So it's just, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Like I said, Azalea, I think, is in prime position. The lack of traps kind of sucks, or the lack of traps for... Azalea's lack of trap efficacy that Riptide has for the 1 damage per trap kind of thing is probably what's going to hold her back a little bit, but she can still use the prevention arrows, the ones that get through prevention, deal a bit more damage. She still has all the massive pump and dominate, which is going to punch through all of the ward, but that also risks fatigue game setting in as well. So, and then obviously, like I said, Viscerai I think is in quite the good position. I don't really like Reaping Blade as much. I don't like the red line version as much. But I mean, who am I to say? I didn't win a Battle Hardened. I've never done that. I want to. I've been wanting to hit a Battle Hardened for a very long time, but that's just not what's happening. So, I think if you're playing an Arcane Rising hero, now is the time. Whether it's by design or not, that they're specifically pushing those, you can never tell. No one's going to sit there and tell me they know exactly what's happening, but those heroes are really all of them. All of the Arcane Rising heroes are very primed to do some damage during this coming season. Enigma might be a rough matchup for Kano. Maybe. Either way, what you got to look at is your local areas first. Worry about the macro later. For now, you just need to look at your local areas and see what other people are playing. What do they plan on playing? What can they play? Always keep in mind secret mains, because people can always just show up and try to wreck face, like I did with Kano one day. Nobody knows I was practicing with Kano that much, but I just showed up to our skirmish and said, hey, guess who I know how to play? Oh, I thought that was a double foil pack. That's really weird. It's not. Oh, hey! I'm never ever mad about getting a Master Cog. I do wish it were cold foil. Because I think that's like number 3 or 4. I can open up Fableds for days, but I really don't open up Marvels from this set. I don't quite understand. But that's not a bad thing. I'll take Fableds all day. I think Fableds are undervalued across the board. So if you're heading out to your Pro Quest, what are you guys playing? What are you bringing? I really don't know what the meta call is going to be right now. I'm building new, but that's just my own personal challenge. I don't think that she's the right call or anything. I would make her work, I believe. If you gave me enough time, data, and games, I think I could make her work. She would still have her rough matchups. I don't think any hero is knocked out of the game. I do think Enigma is extraordinarily strong right now. I don't know. I know we only have like 1 or 2 Enigma players in my local area, but anytime that I've played any Enigma, I'm never really impressed. I feel like with Max Nitro, even when I was playing Max Nitro into Enigma, any illusionist, didn't matter what the illusionist was. I thought it was a free game almost. So that said, at most of these events, I'm not seeing much Max Nitro. Are people just being stubborn and sticking to what trends are telling them? Are they actually exploring their meta and options? Are they actually getting the reps and practice in? I don't think so. I don't think that's the case at all. Otherwise, we'd be seeing a much more wild time. So that's kind of my take on ProQuest season London. Okay. I think if you're playing an Arcane Rising hero, you're in a really good spot. I think Monarch heroes are in an okay spot. I think they're trying to really, really balance out the game to make sure that people who have been loyal to their heroes are rewarded for doing so, but at the same time encouraging new purchases and new sales. Obviously, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You got to sell the game to keep the game. I just can't think of a whole lot much more else that needs to be said on that meta. I do think Teklavison is criminally underplayed right now. I do not think he's played enough. I think people should experiment more with him. Obviously, I could be the one to do that. Once I'm done with my little challenge, I kind of want to see if I can get enough patrons to say, hey, can you do all the testing for us? Can you do all the data for us? And I would gladly do that. I just needed one of those. That's the 3rd one I need. So that'd be kind of cool to get kind of like a patron pull up. What hero do you guys want to see me test? I build the deck. I run the data. I go through iterations and I tell you what I found to be the best into my area, into certain matchups, release that data. Because right now I'm just doing it on my own accord. I'm saying, hey, these are my heroes. These are what this is what my challenge tells me to play. And here's the data that I collect. I thought that was kind of cool to do. Encourage everybody to play what they're not comfortable with. One of my local better friends is telling me he's going to start doing, he wants to choose what's out of his wheelhouse, what will challenge him to learn different parts of the game. Always do that. I know we don't all have infinite money, but if your friends have decks, swap decks in between each game, you know? Maybe one week ask if you can run his deck and you just do a quick swap to get some data. Get a feeling, you know, get a feeling for the game. Chemical. I swear, if I get through another box without a Marvel, I'm probably just going to be done with Bright Lights. I'm probably just going to buy the rest of the singles I need, because this is insane. I think I'd get one Marvel out of all the boxes. Sorry, I'm not going to do the fancy thing. I'm just going to split these up really fast. Scrap this, security, command center. Get. Well, you know, I'm never mad about getting Tome of Imperial Flames. This is a very good box. You know what's weird is I don't think I've opened a twin drive either. Maybe I opened up the foil twin drive on camera. I'm not sure if I opened up that with the wife or if I opened that up on camera. 4 crank scrap here. Galvanize. I do think this set is criminally underrated. Fabricate is another one that I need. Where does that go? 146? It goes all the way back there, huh? It's another one that I need. Fabricate. I know some people are just not excited about it because, you know, it's a full mechanologist set. It's hard to justify buying it when... I mean, realistically, you look at that decision, that business decision, and you say, we're going to make an all mechanologist set that gives all the mechanologist support we need. Well, how many classes were out at that time? That's how many people you're excluding, unless they were looking to make the switch to mechanologist or unless they were already on mechanologist. It's an insane decision. You need to have some variety. You can't just be all mech. That was not the call. Also, talking to the MLM, my local meta, I have also heard the same. Now, these were the same people that were telling me, no, we need more variety, we need more heroes. Now I'm starting to hear the sentiment that I was warning everybody about. And in theme with my last podcast, careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, because as they put it, I can't sideboard for everything. That's what I was telling you. You're going to have too many heroes to worry about. Obviously, they can design cards to just do archetypes, you know. Certain archetypes of heroes. Ooh, a med kit and a fuel injector in the same pack. That was a bug out pack. 2 packs left. 2 packs left to get a Marvel or the Singularity. Come on, man. Give me something to hope for here. 4, 5. Galvanize, Hyper, Recharge, Cogworks. I'm gonna do this kind of slow. Come on, let me get it on camera. Yeah, that's how I feel. I just pogged that shit. That's not how that term is used nowadays. Now that I think about it. Poggers. I know what I'm talking about. Skibbity. Fucking cringe. Okay, it's fucking cringe. Ugh. Please, God. Last pack. Please. Oh, you know, it's a pretty one. Oh, don't you even give me... Oh, my God. That's not even the Marvel frame. I don't think these come in Marvels. I think that's just a cold foil. Well, that was actually a pretty good talk about what's coming up with Pro Tour London meta. That was a little bit more than I thought I was going to be able to kind of ramble off with without an armory and more experience to talk about. We have some ProQuest coming up this weekend. I'll be attending next week's ProQuest, I believe. It's going to be draft for Rosetta. I encourage you all to get out there, try your best. ProQuest is where people show up to compete. Of course, you're going to get your ass kicked. I probably will get my ass kicked too. But I'm going to go out there and try. And if I win one ProQuest, that might get my ass in gear to go call in another day and go hit another ProQuest. I know that all the Arcane Rising stuff got hit really hard on eBay and TCG Player, but I just put it up. I'm going to be putting up Monarch next. I'm going to be slowly piecing together all of the sets and all of the stuff on there. Anything that you'd need, from bulk to rares to Majestics. I don't have a lot of the Majestics. I have like 1 or 2 play sets. Those will sell fast. I'm sorry that they do. But make sure to check out Crash Command Games on eBay TCG Player. Join that Patreon. Get in this Discord. I might even like make like a Discord store or something, like where we just PayPal it and we just go through the Discord. You know? Thanks for checking this one out. This one is zeroed.